Hello and welcome to Computology Academy. So today we are going to discuss the question number 5 of our mains answer writing series. So here the today's topic is criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. So it is a very important topic from the point of view of democracy and governance in India and Indian political system. And the questions related from these topics will be asked in the UPSC. नेताजी की पेट पर लिखते हैं पेपर 2 as well as in the JPSC paper 3. So these are very important topics and time and again UPSC has asked real questions related to these topics. So here the question says that Indian democracy is witnessing continuous criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. So here the keywords are criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. So the students must know about these two terms. What does it relates to? What does it conveys? And thereafter the question starts. This is the scenario regarding which the question is asked. And thereafter the question is, what are the reasons behind such a trend? So we have to answer the first part of the question, that is, why does there is criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals? The next question is, how does it impact India? It may be there that the question may says, how does it impact the Indian democracy? How does it taints the Indian democracy? So the statement may change a bit, but the theme of the question will be same. And thereafter the last part is, what are the various measures that have been taken to check such a trend? So what does the various institutions of Indian democracy, like Supreme Court, like Election Commission, like the Parliament itself, have taken the measures to control such a trend of criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals? So this is the question, and here the weightage will be equally distributed, like 33, 1/3 of the part of the answer will be for the first part of the question, and same the distribution will follow for the other parts of the question. So let us start with the introduction. So in the introduction, we will first define what does the criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals means. So here criminalization of politics means that many a times we see the trend had started in the 1970s itself, and since then the impact is going on increasing, and many criminals are finding their way in the parliament as well as the state legislature, and criminals are making the law for the common people. So this is an irony that the law breakers are making the laws, became the law framers for the common masses, and this is known as the criminalization of politics. That is, the criminals are entering into the politics and they are deciding the fate of the nation or any state after getting elected as the member of parliament or as the member of state legislature. And here there has been a trend of increase of such criminalization of politics, and 109% increase was witnessed there since 2009. Like in 2009 Lok Sabha elections, the number of criminals that had been elected to the parliament has increased by 109% to 2019. So this is not a trend of any single party or any single political group, but this trend is being witnessed in each and every political party throughout India, and those criminals are having pending or in trial cases against them, and those are of serious crimes. Serious criminal cases are against them. Those are registered, those are under trial, those are pending against them. So this is a very miserable situation, lamentable condition in the Indian democracy. And the candidates facing the criminal charges, was a study by an NGO where it has been found that the criminals who are facing the criminal charges against them, the candidates who are facing the criminal charges against them, they have double the chances of winning the election, and various factors are behind this, that they are having more chances of getting elected in the parliament or the state legislature. And because of this, most of the political parties give the ticket to these criminals because they want to increase their strength, their number in the house, so that they will be in a better position to make the government or be the part of the government, coalition government, and they will have more perk and privileges in the governance of the state or the country. And the politicization of the criminals. So the politicization of the criminals means that the criminals and the politicians are having nexus between them. The criminals go on to help the politicians during the election period in respect of money and muscle power, and later on the criminals get their work done by the politicians when the politicians are in power. So there is a complete nexus. So in the political galleries, the criminals have their influence, and because of this, it is politicization of criminals. The criminals also used to take interest in the political activities. एंड द रीजन बिहाइंड सच अ ट्रेंड, कारण क्या क्या है? तो यहाँ पर बहुत सारे कारण हैं. सबसे पहली चीज यहाँ पर क्या है? वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स. सो द वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स इज प्लेइंग ओवर देयर. द क्रिमिनल्स हैव देयर फैन फॉलोइंग्स एंड वेरियस क्रिमिनल्स आर portrayed as a hero in their region. Many of the criminals are a hero of their region, their area of influence, and because of this, what happens? They develop a vote bank, and to harness the fruitfulness of this vote bank, the politicians, the political parties give the ticket to these criminals. Thereafter, corruption. Many a times we see that there are various corrupt practices through which the criminals get the cases against them dropped, or they get acquitted out of their cases. And because of this corruption, corrupt practices, they may bribe various officials, they may use their muscle power to threaten some of the officials. मतलब वहां पर अगर पैसा नहीं काम किया तो मसल पावर यूज करना है, अगर पैसे से ही काम हो गया प्यार से, देन इट्स मच बेटर सिचुएशन, एंड दे गेट एक्विटेड. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस करप्ट प्रैक्टिस, the criminals are not brought to justice, they are not convicted, and because of this, they are able to contest the election. And thereafter, inefficiency in the functioning of election commission. Many a times what we see that the criminals use the muscle power, but that is not taken account by the election commission, or in some cases that feature, that practice, corrupt practice of the criminals doesn't come into the view of election commission due to lack of proper vigilance. And because of this, the criminals are able to threaten the people who are residing in their constituency, and because of this threatening process, they are able to get elected in the parliament or the state legislature. Thereafter, denial of justice and rule of law. Because there are various cases pending against the criminals, and those cases are dragging on with time, there is no quick resolution on these cases, and the criminals are not convicted in a short time period. And because of this, what happens? यहाँ पर होता क्या है कि 16 साल 20 साल 25 साल से केसेस चले आ रहे हैं अगेंस्ट क्रिमिनल्स, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस व्हाट हैपेंस? द क्रिमिनल्स with time being move towards the political parties and they get elected. So here the justice system, the judicial system work prudently and proactively to resolve the cases, to pronounce the verdict ASAP, as soon as possible. So this should be followed. And thereafter, lack of inner party democracy. So this is the situation in most of the parties. Most of the parties are being run as a personality cult, as a authoritarian party, because most of the parties are run by families or a group of people, and thereafter many of the people who are member of that party doesn't get their due chunk of pie, their due representation, their due authority, because there is lack of inner party democracy. Even their supporters are willing to support some of the candidates to be the president of that party, but there is no system of election in those parties. Even though the elections are being conducted in the party internal elections, but still those are rigged, those are pre-planned. Many a times we see that there is only one candidate who is running for the party president post, and in that situation this democracy is killed at that very time. And because of this, what happens, those criminals who are having the nexus with the party leader can easily get the ticket, can easily pay them to get the ticket, can easily commit them to use their muscle power and money power during the election to get elected their party candidates, so that they will have higher number of candidates in the parliament or the state legislature, and in that respect they will be in a position to form the government. And this, in lack of inner party democracy, is killing out the Indian democratic system. Next is use of money and muscle power. So already the criminals are having only these two things, money and the muscle power, and a bit of fan following. Those people, actually what happens, जब भी कोई क्रिमिनल उसका ओहदा बढ़ने लगता है, उसकी ऑथोरिटी बढ़ने लगती है, उसकी जो वहां पर से है, उसकी जो धौस है वो बढ़ने लगती है, ही बिकम्स डोमिनेंट इन दैट रीजन, देन मेनी ऑफ द यंगस्टर एज वेल एज मेनी अदर पीपल्स गेट इम्प्रेस्ड बाय हिम, एंड इवन द क्रिमिनल्स यूज टू एडजुडिकेट सम पिटी केसेस, क्राइम्स, बीच में ही फैसला करवा देंगे, बीच में ही समझौता करवा देंगे बुला के दोनों पार्टीज को, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस व्हाट हैपेंस, criminals get a good hold in their area of influence, and this is why they are able to use the money and the muscle power in their area of influence, because some of the people are their follower, and rest of the people, they will buy some of them, they will threaten some of them, and they will get elected to the parliament or the state legislature. And this situation is also because the situation of first past the poll. In the Indian democracy, the clear majority system or the clear election system is not there, and there is no need to get more than 50% of the vote to get elected. You have to just first past the post. You have to just secure highest number of votes, be the first in the runner, and thereafter you will be elected टू द पार्लियामेंट और द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर. तो यहाँ पे सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत यही पर है कि फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोल रूल होने के कारण मोस्ट ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स हु आर इलेक्टेड टू द पार्लियामेंट और द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर मे बी सिक्योरिंग अराउंड 20% ऑफ द टोटल वोट्स which have been casted, and because of this there is no proper representation, no clear election. And many of the criminals may do such a thing that in some areas where there is no person who is willing that the criminals should be elected to the parliament or the state legislature, then using the muscle power, that criminal will restrict those people to cast their vote, and because of this what will happen, they will get elected, because number of total votes polled, that will reduce, and they have to just first past the post, and as the number of votes that have been casted are less, so other candidates who might have got the votes of those regions where the criminals had used their muscle power to restrict the voters to come out and go for voting, those candidates will lose the number of votes, and because of that the criminal will be in a better position to get elected. Thereafter, nexus between the politicians and the criminals. Here what happens, there is clear cut nexus. The politicians are using the money and the muscle power of the criminals, and after getting elected, after coming to power, the politicians used to help out the criminals. The politicians will try to lower down the charges through their influence against the criminals. They will help them out. कभी भी हो गया कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया, नेताजी से फोन करवा दिए पुलिस स्टेशन में और वहां पर उनको छूट मिल गई, केसेस उनके थोड़े कमजोर कर दिए गए, एविडेंसेस के साथ छेड़छाड़ कर दी गई, बिकॉज द पॉलिटिशियंस आर इन पावर, so they can easily use their influence to save the criminals. And this nexus is also there, which is the region of the criminalization of politics. Here what happens, the criminals are not directly indulging into the politics, but they are helping out the politicians when they are in need, and thereafter they get helped when the criminals are in need. And because of this nexus, the criminalization of politics and the politicization of the criminals is going on in India. So what are the impacts on India or the Indian democracy? So first thing is that the sanctity of the parliament is undermined. It undermines the sanctity of the parliament because the criminals who are the lawbreakers are framing the laws for the common masses, for the citizens of the country. And because of this, what happens? The sanctity, the faith on the parliament gets lowered. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि सारे लोग इस क्रिमिनल को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, उनको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में क्या होता है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हु आर नॉट सपोर्टिंग दिस क्रिमिनल्स lose their faith in the parliament, as the part and parcel of the parliament, those politicians who are the criminals, are not well versed people, well decorated people of the society, and that is why overall sanctity of the parliament is jeopardized. Thereafter, loss of public faith. The same thing is here. As the sanctity of the parliament will be lowered, there will be loss in the sanctity of the parliament. So the public, the people, the citizens of India will lose the faith in the parliament. तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में क्या होगा कि कोई लॉ पास भी होगा तो पीपल, द सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया विल से दैट कि जो कानून बनाने वाले हैं वही तो इस कानून को पहले तोड़ रहे हैं. सो विल दे बी इन अ पोजीशन टू फॉलो दिस रूल्स, और इवन द लॉ एंड द ऑर्डर सिस्टम will be in a position to bring these politicians who are corrupt themselves, who are criminals themselves, to bring them to justice. So this may be the situation. Thereafter, tainted democracy. So the democracy gets tainted because the democracy is being run by the criminals. The criminals are the part and the parcel of democracy, while the ethical and the moral peoples are not getting elected into the parliament. Thereafter, personality cult politics also arises. Many of the youngsters and many of the people will get impressed by these politicians who are criminals, because most of the time it happens that first of all a person starts its career as a criminal, and when he get too much of money, he amused too much of money, and thereafter what happens, he enters into the politics. Already he is having the money power and muscle power. Now he will enter the politics. He will get the ticket of any political party. और ऐसा इंडिया में हमने टाइम एंड अगेन देखा है. ऐसे नहीं यहाँ पर 109% की इंक्रीज हो रही है. It just in one decade, 2009 से 2019 के बीच में. So this is the situation, and because of this what happens, many of the people will get impressed by these people, these criminals, कि हमें भी ऐसा ही करना चाहिए, हम भी ऐसे ही करेंगे, और उसके बाद फिर हम लोग भी पॉलिटिशियन बन जाएंगे, हम लोग भी पार्लियामेंट में पहुंच जाएंगे, हम लोग भी मंत्री बन जाएंगे. So this will lead to increase in the personality cult in the Indian democracy. and thereafter self-perpetuating situation. So here what happens, this condition gets perpetuated because once a criminal enters into the politics, he will commit more crimes and he will be in a better position to get acquitted. Even in some cases, the politicians who are criminals commit a crime and no cases are registered against them. They become so influential, and because of this, the criminalization of politics and the politicization of criminals go on perpetuating. Now, what are the measures? So here it is very important to take the measures to curtail such situation of criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. And even this question is very important for the PSIR students also, for the public administration students also, and those students who are having this optional subjects to go through this video thoroughly, because it will be a very important question in the respect of the optional subject of these two subjects. So here there are various provisions to curtail such a situation, to curtail the criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. And here in the Constitution, Article 102 and Article 191 mentions various measures or conditions under which a politician, a candidate or a member of parliament or state legislature, this 102 is for the parliament and this 191 is for the state legislative assemblies. So here these two provisions mention various disqualifications, like nobody should be having the office of profit, no one should be the person of unsound mind and undischarged insolvent. So here in these two provisions under section E, subsection E of these articles, there is provision that no person who is disqualified by such a law that has been passed by the parliament to be a member of the Lok Sabha or the state legislative assembly. So this is one measure that has been explicitly provided in the constitution itself. Thereafter, section 8 of the Representation of People Act disqualifies any person to be the member of parliament or the state legislature if he is convicted for a crime for more than 2 years to contest the election for next 6 years. So this is the situation. Again, the Supreme Court verdict, several verdicts have been there by the Supreme Court to curtail the criminalization of politics and politicization of criminals. And here one of the verdict was there by the Supreme Court which has directed the High Court not to suspend the conviction of any criminal or any criminal politician who has committed the crime and the case has been adjudicated by the lower courts, and if he comes to the High Court, to get suspended his conviction so that he will be in a position to contest the election. And if the High Court quashes the conviction, then again he will be eligible to contest the election, because here this condition will not be fulfilled which has been mentioned in the Representation of People Act. And if this condition will not be fulfilled, then what happened? These articles will not come into force. And so the Supreme Court has directed the High Courts not to suspend the conviction of the criminals or the criminal politicians who has already been convicted by the lower courts, so that they will not be in a position to contest the election or to be part of a legislative assembly or parliament. Then disclose the cases pending against them. So this was a directive passed by the Supreme Court, and because of this, all the politicians who are going to contest the election, they have to disclose about all the cases which are pending against them in any court throughout India. And the Supreme Court has also directed various courts to adjudicate the cases which are pending against the politician as soon as possible. They had provided a time limit of 1 year. The direction was that in 1 year there should be the verdict pronounced against those criminals who are in politics, so that these conditions, if it is required, may be applied against them. Next directive was Nota. So Nota was introduced by the Election Commission and it was challenged in the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court verdict was that Nota is an essential option in the election process, so that the people who are going to cast their vote may be in a position to discard all the candidates who are running for the election. And this is an important provision, an important option available to the people of India, so that they will reject all the candidates and they will present their dissatisfaction against all the candidates who are in the foray of election. Thereafter, publicizing on the social media. So the Supreme Court has given the directive to the political parties that they have to publicize on their official social media channel like Twitter, like Facebook, like YouTube, all the social media channels, about the cases or the criminal record of all their candidates who are running in the election, or all the candidates who have already got elected in the parliament or the state legislature. So this has again been a great initiative by the Supreme Court to make the people to make informed choice, because many of the people may not be knowing about what kind of cases and what number of cases are pending against the candidates who are in the election arena. And if they will come to know about all those cases, then they may not be in a position to select those candidates and they may select Nota. They may go to cast their vote to Nota. So this was again an important provision, important verdict that had been pronounced by the Supreme Court. So what should be the conclusion? So one of the recommendation by one of the committee was that disqualifying the candidates at time of framing the charges. So as any case is filed against any criminal, then that case goes to the court, and first of all the hearing is on framing the charges against that criminal. So once the court pronounces the charges, frames the charges, establishes the charges on which the criminal will be adjudicated, the case will be heard. So once the charges are framed by the court, at that point the criminals should be disqualified for contesting the election. This should be the position, so that they may not again get elected and they will wait for the conviction. The Indian law system should wait for the conviction. The election system should wait for the conviction of that criminal, so that again they will be disqualified or their membership would be quashed in the parliament or the state legislature. So in the first instance, this would be disqualified when the charges are framed against such criminals. Thereafter, curbing the money and the muscle power. Election Commission is making and trying to make it effective various measures to curtail the use of money and the muscle power in the election process, but still it is not in a position to implement it in letter and spirit. So this should be implemented in letter and spirit. Many of the times the political parties do not file their actual return on the expenses of election. They are allowed to file the return on the expenses of election later on, after the elections are over. So here many measures can be taken, like there may be a single account from which all the money should flow for the election process. However, the cash money is being used. too much in the election process. So the election commission needs more infrastructure to be vigilant on the election expenditures and to bring to justice all those candidates who are violating their directives, their provisions. Thereafter, check on the corrupt practices. Many corrupt practices are being used in the election process, like threatening the voters, like discarding those regions from where they have got less number of votes, and many of the candidates are even filing false affidavits. So such corrupt practices should be also made criminal offenses. If a candidate files an false affidavit, then definitely he is disguising himself, he is being fraud, he is lying to the population, the public of India, and so the criminal offenses may be charged against him. So this may be the flow of the answer related to criminalization of the politics and politicization of the criminals, and the questions are published on our social media channels. This is for Facebook and Instagram, this is our Telegram channel, and our website is also there, and our website is being renovated, and very soon there will be Android app also available for our institute. And do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new informative videos, and go through this series of answer writing practice, because it will be very helpful to understand how to approach an answer, what should be the flow of an answer. Thank you very much and have a nice day.